Round one, fight!
The Grim Reaper Gamers are a 25 and over gaming community with members spanning the globe, playing games across all genres, but our roots are in first-person shooters. Bring your thick skin, drink of choice, and grab your controllers. GRG members are on nightly with official community nights every Wednesday. And now, it's time for the ReaperCast. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grim Reaper Gamers ReaperCast. We are on episode 60. It is the big post-E3 extravaganza. I am Johnny Hustler from the GRG boards, and we have the usual crew with us tonight. Chair number 2, my co-host. He takes tons of notes. He's ready to go. Over-prepared. Jammer, how the hell are you? What you drinking? What you playing?
Where are we? Oh, prepared. Yes.
Prepared, yes.
That was the best salesmanship of a shitty E3 show that I've ever heard. Good job. How you doing, man? I'm drinking a Fat Tire, and I'm a little concerned. I want to make sure. How was your lunch today?
My lunch?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. We're going to go off about that. We're going to start talking about my tweets to McDonald's, aren't we?
I'm a little worried about you. You're my friend, and you're getting in Twitter fights with McDonald's. So I'm a little worried about you.
I didn't get in a Twitter fight. I just told them they don't fill their fucking fry boxes worth shit.
I was a little concerned about you today. I thought, I'm just worried about you, man. I want to make sure you're okay. And getting in fights with McDonald's is Ronald McDonald's a clown and a creepy one, but they're pretty big corporations. But you went there over Runza though.
Well, because the kids overrode me on this one.
And you got gypped out of fries. Those fuckers. I punish those kids. Yeah.
No, I'm talking my children overrode me. They pick McDonald's because they want a Happy Meal.
So they're the assholes. Or
yeah,
McDonald's
why not? Let's go with that one.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure you're okay. I'll let you move along, but I was a little concerned about you today.
And by the way, that third tweet wouldn't have happened if they hadn't had that damn wave your fries in the air like you just don't care.
John,
half my fucking box was there.
Johnny loves his Twitter fights.
All right. You never did say what you were playing.
The fuck if I know. I'm playing a different game every night just to annoy Jack.
All right. Speaking of Jack, third chair, what?
Hail and Bead. I've been playing a ton of NBA 2K17. Played like 7 hours of it yesterday.
Get ready for what's his name?
Fultz. Hail Fultz. Okay, moving on. Sorry. Yeah.
All right. Hail the number 1 draft pick again. Chair number 3, you just heard him mentioned by Jammer, the real overprepared one. He's got basically the equivalent of War and Peace on his desk right now for notes for this damn show. Anyway, Jack, Lalo Calamari, how the hell you doing? What you drinking? What you playing?
You didn't read my notes. All it says is all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So over and over.
Well,
I'm doing fine. I have my Yards Pale Ale, and I'm playing some Elder Scrolls online and PvPing in Cyrodiil. So I'm killing some people online. And so I guess your Happy Meal wasn't so happy.
I didn't have a Happy Meal. I had a McNuggets meal and hold the fries.
You ate the McNugget. Oh God!
First your
McNuggets.
He puts Nintendo's into his cart and doesn't check out, and now he's fighting about French fries. I'm worried about you.
I will give you a good
fry.
I have a very good McDonald's story. A coworker of mine does not use any sauce or anything. Like he eats plain cheeseburgers, like a baked potato, no butter, the plain, everything plain. This is no lie. He has ordered a Big Mac with nothing on it.
What's the point?
Exactly.
So basically the song ends at 2 off beef patties?
Yeah.
Just get the cheeseburger meal deal.
Yeah. With no cheese, nothing. 2 burgers and the buns. It's a double cheeseburger or double burger.
College. I'll throw this one out real quick. Back in college, I worked at Burger King for like 3 weeks. And they called this order back to me. I'm working on the grill. Veggie cheeseburger. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And like, veggie cheeseburger. I said, I have nothing here for a veggie cheeseburger. What the heck's the deal here? Oh, it's basically a cheeseburger without the burger, without the beef patty.
Grilled cheese.
So cheese.
I said,
bread.
so it's a cheese sandwich.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, no, it's a veggie cheeseburger. I go, yeah. 1 cheeseburger, hold the burger, coming right up.
we have a lot to get to, but I will recommend anybody to search on YouTube for Burger King 911 call for the lady that called pissed off that she wasn't getting the burger her way. That is just classic. And I thought John was near that point with his French fries today.
I was not near that point with the French fries. I was just mocking the golden arches.
I wish you were that active on the forums.
I was active today.
Okay. He was around today.
Okay, I was plenty around. I was on a trip last week. I'm gonna be. You're gonna really hate my activity next week because I'm not gonna be around anywhere with a cell signal.
I mean, I said this in chat today, and DC to Boston is considered one of the busiest areas with go, and people get the fuck out of my way. I'm trying to get to my destination. I could never imagine the land of Nebraska being as busy as it is for my good friend John there. He's always fucking busy. It's the middle of nowhere. There's nothing to fucking do there. How can you be so busy?
I'm active in a lot of things. I volunteer.
He's busier than us, and we live in the Northeast, which is, go get him.
Let's go get him around here, too. We got a high work ethic around this area. Bust my ass.
Anyway.
Okay. Yes. Way too much volunteering. Volunteering, by the way, is a Latin word for fucking idiot.
Yes.
That includes GRG staff.
Yes. Oh, yeah, especially.
The sure shit not getting paid.
All right. Let's talk about the calendar. Events.grimreapergamers.com. Or no, that's grimreapergamers.com/events. I got the old ancient shit. grimreapergamers.com/events. We have the usual stuff. Shooter McGavin Mondays. ESO Dungeon Dives on Tuesdays. Wednesday night is our community night. A lot of Battlefield 1 and Battlegrounds going on there. Drunken Friday Battlefield, among other games, and also Friday night raids. We're getting those raids in before Destiny 2 comes out. And Jack, you wanted to talk about ESO just a moment, didn't you?
Yeah, I was kind of pleasantly surprised. We took a bunch of new guys into Cyrodiil, which is our PvP area, and I expected the worst time of my life that night, and GRG actually surprised me, and we played pretty well. We actually were killing people. So I was pleasantly surprised. No, you cannot join.
Because I could change those fortunes really quick for you.
Well, we did have somebody call out 3 people, and it was 30, so that happened. But
that's not unusual. We got the video to prove that.
Well, it happened. It happened last week as well.
A tradition.
Yes, it is.
Unlike any other.
Never trust the numbers.
And as always, we get a lot of Battlefield 1 on Wednesday nights and Fridays, so good, strong game there. Oh. Yes, sir.
Also, we're gaining a ton lately of PC players.
We've had a good influx on PC.
So be on the lookout for some organized events on the PC now that we're starting to get a pretty large user base in that area.
Yeah. Starting with Battlegrounds, like I mentioned just a little bit ago. I think we're going to do some of that Wednesday, aren't we?
It's the plan.
All right. So, as usual, check out grimreapergamers.com/events for more information on what's going on throughout the next 2 weeks. Lala, it's that time. What has pissed you off this time?
Oh, this is an easy one. I want to know what the fuck is up with games and not going right straight to the game. Going through the title screen, the announcement screens, and the character selection screens. 10 minutes later, you're finally playing the fucking game after loading up all these screens. Elder Scrolls Online is notorious for this. You get in there, you launch it, it takes you to a title screen. Who cares? After the first time you see this, give me the option to bypass this and let me go straight to the character screen. Why do I need to go to an announcement screen followed, by the title screen? Only to finally, the third screen, to get to my character. And this is common with a lot of games. You have Paladins and Overwatch. Yeah, I said press A to log on. Well, why am I logging? I put the disc in, I launched the game, I want to play the game. Take me right to the main part of the game. So that's my rant this week.
What do you see there? Most every time when you have a big old launch screen or something like that, you see an advertisement. They're always talking about a DLC. They're always talking about something else coming up, whatever. It's to try. It's a captive audience, and
it's so frustrating. Even like a game like GTA, which actually does load the game when you launch it, but it puts you in a single player. If you're not paying attention, you can't go with the multiplayer. How many times you spend like 10 hours loading single player only to have to load multiplayer, which is a feat in itself. So,
well, and remember early on with GTA Online, you had to get into the single player first.
Yes.
Before it would let you go to multiplayer, because if you hit that X to go multiplayer, it just
I'm just glad Johnny answered his own question about what you see during that login, because I was going to yell titties.
Titties!
Well, shit, I would have paused if I didn't realize that. That'd have been fucking funny. and let's face it, Lala would not be complaining near as much about that screen if it showed titties.
No,
That's true.
No.
Or boobs. He's not. He doesn't discriminate. Boobs are fine too.
A nipple's a nipple. $20 is $20. But anyway, so that was my rant.
Jesus. All right.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. And very accurate, too. All right, let's talk about some gaming news. A few things kind of hovering around E3 that kind of were on the fringe here that we'll talk about briefly. GTA, big controversy this week with Rockstar, with Take-Two taking down Open4, one of the biggest mod tools for Grand Theft Auto since GTA 4, also into GTA 5, took out mostly single player. And their reasoning is because they were modding and cheating in the online, although how much Open4 did that is really up for debate. So cynic in me thinks this is the gateway to paid mods, like a few others are going to. Am I off? Am I on?
I don't know if, they're getting, unfortunately, the Steam reviews are now slamming the game, but which in a sense is kind of a shame because the game actually is good. But anybody that hasn't played the game by now, they know the fucking game. So those reviews really are pointless at this point for GTA. But, I love using mods on PC, but if you're going to jilt the money system, I know Jack's kid has taken advantage of that, and they're trying to sell shark cards. Well, though as a gamer, I like being able to use mods the way I want. From a business perspective, they're not going to sell any fucking shark cards if you got some mod in there where you're gaining $10,000 every minute or whatever.
No,
so,
I am in full agreement with the online portion. If they are modding and hacking online, then they need to get banned. It's the single player part I have a problem with.
Yeah.
Yeah, they my kid was getting like 50,000 like a second or something. It was crazy numbers. I mean, he's got everything unlocked and everything bought. And it's a shame it's getting the bad reviews. I mean, I understand, people being a little upset with the modding stuff, but you all know they wanted that free money and they don't want to pay for the shark cards. And GTA is rough because if you want to buy a car, it's $2 million. And then if you want to go upgrade that car, well, it's another $5 million. It's crazy. And it's
a grind.
A lot of grind, and it pushes you towards the shark cards. It's a shame. I mean, I would like to see them maybe design tools for people to create the mods they want. Maybe that might be the next GTA 6. They include that.
And then they could control that it's only single player. Because, I don't like the online stuff being modded, but I love the single player mods. Some of that stuff is just amazing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For me, mods anyway are more, I look more for graphic, things, maybe a little bit of change of gameplay here and there with more inventory or something like that. That's always what I've kind of looked for. GTA, I would look for, titties. I'd say it twice in honor of Gunny. Those are the mods I'm looking for.
The Iron Man suit was pretty kick-ass.
Yeah.
I mean, you knew like when they started throwing out free money that it lasted this long was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, it was only
anybody that's getting anybody on the free money kick and stuff should be shit canned.
They got some petition going and everything, man. They're really.
It's just stupid. Entitled gamers.
They need to control the online better so that they aren't stomping on the single player stuff. All right. Interesting video came out right at the end, towards the end of the E3, outside of E3. A video showing a new console, apparently, the Ataribox.
Wood grained even.
Wood grain, even had the little ridges. The top showed the ridges, the little plastic ridges, the black ridges. The wood grain was on the front, had the light up Atari logo. Speculation says that this is going to be like the NES Classic, although the site is trying to attract developers. So what do you think we have here? Like a Steam box, a small new style console? Is it going to, maybe there going to be some remasters or reimaginings?
I don't understand why it would be like the SNES retro thing. They just had that. It was like a year or two ago. You see, it was a Sega Genesis. There was an Atari you could buy and it had like 50 games. They did that already. This clearly to me, and things that I've read, is a new console. And, you question why at this point. The competition's way too fierce, and they haven't made a console since the Jaguar. That's how long it's been.
That's right. Jaguar
Atari
did come
was
after
in
Lynx.
the game. Mm-hmm.
Which was, I mean, I know that was a handheld, but that was actually, those were the last two pieces of hardware they had.
From Atari.
But also remember, Atari is no longer the actual Atari we remember from the Jaguar days. This is Infogrames, which has bought the Atari name. So a little bit different company resurrecting the brand. And to me, the dev thing is what throws out the idea that this is a retro console.
Yeah, you look at like the success Nintendo had with their little thing last year. They couldn't even keep them in stock. So, I mean, it makes you wonder, well, maybe is it this or maybe it's something else? I'm thinking, could it be something based off like a Raspberry Pi, like a little small mini computer that maybe could run those retro games and emulate them somehow. At the same time, maybe playing stuff like mobile games on your TV, like Candy Crush and stuff like that.
So kind of like the old Ouya.
Yeah, exactly.
I just hope they're not thinking they can compete in the world of Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo even.
I really see a less expensive, my thought, $200 the ceiling is the ceiling on this thing.
John,
if it's something
I'm going lower. I'm
John,
thinking like,
no, I'm saying, absolute. If it's something like trying to attract indies, I see that as the max.
Because you can get a Slim for $200.
mm-hmm.
Well, that is true. Yeah, well, that's true. There was a deal on the Minecraft Slim for $200 today. So
yeah, I think you're gonna get like a little small device, maybe some like Bluetooth controllers that you can sit in your couch and play Candy Crush, and then maybe fire up an old game of adventure from Atari 2600 or the
who the fuck really,
or the other ones with the 78. What's all the other models? I forget.
7800 was a great console, by the way. That was probably their last big console.
Maybe you can throw in some like memory so you can download stuff, but that's all.
Let me go back to retro again. Why the fuck? I mean, the NES one, Mario and Mario 2 and Mario 3, I get it. Playing those games again be cool. The fuck would you want to play, tanks and all that shit that was on the 2600 minus 2 minutes? Or, even Yar's Revenge. How long could you play Yar's Revenge now and how the current games are?
Well, they played it on The Walking Dead.
That is true.
That's true.
What guy did? No, I just think that they saw that with what Nintendo did, and they made a lot of money. Why not? I don't know. This was kind of odd. Who knows?
Yeah, but they did that. Mm-hmm. They already did that.
Yeah, I have the remake in the garage somewhere.
In the garage.
In the garage.
Exactly.
Oh, I didn't buy it. Someone got it for me. But
maybe,
they had that in the
maybe
Sega.
This time they'll spend more than 3 weeks to make an ET game.
Great movie to watch, though.
Oh, great movie.
Yeah.
Game was just frustrating as shit.
I remember that game, yeah.
Oh, All right. Just breaking right before recording time tonight.
We have a crack reporter that broke this.
It was me.
Yeah.
Yes, thanks to Lala Calamari breaking this news.
We need sound effects like breaking noise.
I need that current affairs sound effect. Remember that wow type of noise that they used to do? I need to find that sucker for breaking
maybe if you
news.
were professional enough, you'd have that prepared and you could just play
I had to reload
now.
everything this weekend. Don't even start with me.
And we're lucky he's on Skype.
Oh, God. Skype was a bitch, too. Modern Warfare Remaster. Tag shows up. Photograph from what was it, Target?
Yes.
From Target for $39.99 for the Modern Warfare Remaster.
That was
I cannot say that with a straight face.
Yeah, that was
Hopefully
for the
that's
PS4.
Photoshop.
And I don't know. I mean, they probably think they can get that. And I was thinking about it. The only way I think they could probably pull it off is if they include all the DLC with it.
I don't think they could still pull it off at $40.
I'm just saying. I think they
30 max with all the DLC is what I think is the high. That's what I thought the high end was.
$30 is high end to me. $20.
Yeah, but I'm
15 to
talking with
20.
all DLC. $30 was the high end for me on Modern Warfare. $20 should have been the standard. And what do they do? $40.
Well,
Thanks, Activision.
I have a good question for you. How much is Advanced Warfare?
Actually,
or whatever
I think that's
what-
about.
What's
Infinite
the fucking
Warfare?
the space? Well, Infinite. Sorry, yeah.
I mean, it's $60 new, but I mean, I don't know what it is now. You're probably on sale.
Yeah,
I think it's
probably pay
$50
cheaper
now.
for the fucking game that includes it.
Oh, that was the extra $20 on that.
Yeah, but was that coded or was it on the game?
I don't know. I didn't buy it. I do know that the DLC they were charging for DLC, so which was great because Modern Warfare, the first one, I had all the DLC for it, and it wouldn't matter. I would still need to repurchase it again if with this remastered. So that's why I'm thinking at $40, they're going to include the DLC with it.
Well, what is that price point? Because out of the three of us, you were the one most likely that would get it. What's your price point that you would say yes, get it?
20 with the DLC.
With the DLC, yeah.
And it's iffy. You know what? I wanted to, like, it's tough. You go back to like these backwards compatible games. We loaded up Black Ops 2, and which is a fun game, and it's great for clan night. It's one of these games that's perfect for clan nights, but because it's a backwards compatible title, you kind of got to jump through hoops to get everybody in a party and play a private game. So it would be nice to play something natively on the Xbox One. I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things I would want to play it maybe 1 or 2 nights, and then I'd be done. I'm not going to, say I would get back into it, but I would like to revisit it, play it, and I'd probably move on. You have the next Call of Duty coming out in a few months.
Mm-hmm. $29.95 for the standard edition of Infinite Warfare, by the way, on Amazon.
Well, that game was a hot mess.
Well, I'm saying that's the latest version of Call of Duty is currently running $30 on Amazon, and they want $40 for the remaster.
You buy Infinite Warfare right now just to play the single player, because apparently that actually was pretty good.
Hard pass at that price. Oh, hard pass most anyway, anyhow. But on that price, no. All right, let's get to E3. Biggest news probably affecting the community. The Xbox One X. Basically confirmed all the specs, showed a nice slimmer looking Xbox, gave us the name, the Xbox One X, and the price of $499. I'll let somebody else start with this one.
Well, we predicted that a year ago when they announced Scorpio, right? Mm-hmm. Isn't that the price point we said even back then?
Yeah, that was the speculation.
And obviously from our prediction show, I said Scorpio was going to tank because of price point. And the Slim, as we said earlier tonight, there's some deals already for $200 for a Slim is a fucking awesome deal. So unless you're a hardcore
Minecraft,
gamer,
by the way.
Yep. Unless you're a hardcore gamer but somebody doesn't want to do PC gaming, okay, that's one step. Or you have, disposable income, so that's not a big deal to you. Why wouldn't you get the Slim? If you're a casual gamer or if you're a parent buying it for your child.
And the other thing is, if you don't have a 4K TV, why would you get this? Because it's $500 for that, and then it's whatever.
Well, even
for
Vizio,
whatever size of 4K you want.
Even Vizio 4Ks, which are cheaper models, are like $700-800 right now. I think, like a TV.
If you're buying a new TV now,
$700 for a 60-inch 4K
Vizio, right?
Vizio, the E model, which doesn't have all the smart TV features, which is the model I prefer.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the 4K replacement for my 60-inch TV sitting down here right now in front of me is $698 at Walmart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw some 70-inch for $800. I generally buy Samsungs and not the Vizios, but I saw like a 70-inch for like $650 or $700. Yeah.
Yeah, on those are smaller brands. Yeah, I've seen those too. So yeah, but I mean, still, then you're talking $1,200.
Well, here's the thing: when this thing comes out, we all know it. You're not going to be able to go to the store and buy one. They're going to be sold out. Right now you're paying the premium to be the early adopter. If you have a 4K TV and if you're into gaming, this is perfect. I mean, I would love to have one. I have a 4K TV downstairs, and it'd be perfect. But you're at the moment, you're paying that early fee. Over time, obviously that'll come down, just like the Xbox Slim. What that come in at $400, and now it's $200.
I don't think that price point can come. I mean, but for those specs, man,
that's
meaningless. You're looking at.
It will at some point because they will not overtake Sony with this model. In fact, I will say here, I'm actually gonna throw out a prediction on that one. I say there will be an Xbox One system that will be hard to find this holiday season, but it will not be the X. It will be the Slim model.
You're not going to be able to find. You're not going to be able to find the X. It's going to be sold out. And
I don't agree.
I
do not agree. I think that's going to be an easy one. The PS4 Pro did not sell out at the holidays.
Yeah, this will
at
sell
$400.
out.
I don't see this happening. I don't see this going on. And there's the other question. PS has the bigger player base right now. If you're looking for a 4K set or a 4K console, why would you go for the $500 One X over the
I would
$399 PS4 Pro?
I would go for the Pro just because I already have an Xbox.
Well, but you have to also look at the fact that if you're a PlayStation owner and you wanted to switch, Xbox got some pretty good exclusives coming out.
Yeah, but Sony's going to have a ton of good ones in 2018 as well.
2018, 2019, 2020.
Until the next E3 when they say it's 2019. But yeah,
they struck out pretty bad last E3. How many games actually came out?
I think most of them will come out in 2018, except for probably Detroit. That's the one I see going 2019.
I'm amazed with this thing. I'd love to get one. I'm dying to get one, and now somehow the fact that they can like make the Xbox actually a lot better and smaller, it's fascinating. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not going to say I don't like the specs and what I see of it, but I think at that price, there's just a lot not to like yet until they start aggressively dropping it.
Here's the thing. When the Xbox One day one was originally announced in the $499 price point, I didn't see feedback complaining about the price that much. People were going to get it. When they announced that X price, and with my big time research I did, but any gaming sites I went to, first complaint was that price point's crazy. It's too high. And so the feedback's already there that people are upset and saying it's too high of a price point.
And that's not just people on gamer sites. That's industry individuals as well. That got a lot of guys like, a lot like Angry Joe, a couple post shows I watched, Angry Joe, Andrew Renee, and some of the other bigger media players did not like that price point.
Yet they bought the Xbox original for the same price. So
yes, but they didn't complain at that time about it. That was 3 years ago.
Yeah, but people I'm telling you, this thing's not going to, you're going to have to reserve one now.
And Lala, you're playing the same game. It's not like a brand new console where these new games are going to come out and you can't play them.
There's the other point.
Have you seen
There's
Forza?
another console that's a lot cheaper. They can convert to 4K.
I mean, have you seen Forza in 4K, that video?
It's cool, but it's not me going out to spend $1,300 on.
The biggest hurdle this thing has isn't the price point, isn't anything else, isn't competing with the Slim or the PlayStation Pro. The biggest problem it has is titles that are going to take advantage of it. That's always going to be the headache with this game. People are creating basically two different games when they're developing it. They're going to have to develop this two different games. So not only are they developing a game for the PlayStation, for the Xbox, now they got to up-convert it. I think that's going to be the bigger challenge. It looks amazing. I really want one.
I do, but not at that price.
I'd buy one if I can get it past the wife at that price. I'd buy one and put a pre-order right now if I wasn't going to get killed for it.
My thought is I could probably save a little in the long run if I got my 4K TV and a Slim now, and then wait a couple price drops for the X.
We'll see.
But anyway, okay. All right, let's talk about some of the games and stuff. Some of the games and other things that we saw, read, heard about regarding E3.
Can we just be clear that Jack was wrong about the Scorpio and his prediction sucked too, and there was no controller?
Well, I'm right about the Scorpio.
No new controller, man. I mean, that just sucked. That was
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anytime he's wrong, I want to make sure we make it known.
And by the way, for $500, they should have bundled the Elite.
No.
My thought.
Yeah.
That's what you think, but you think wrong. You'd be out of business.
Right. Well, Microsoft hasn't worked on a damn profit on hardware for years. Anyway, let's get to some of the games and stuff. Let's talk about some of the things we're looking forward to that we saw out of E3. Let's go around the horn, Jack. What was your first thing that you...
All right. Mine's an easy one. The biggest game for me coming out of E3, I guess they already announced it prior to that as well, was Destiny 2. Mm-hmm. And seeing Destiny 2 play, some of the actual gameplay, I'm all about Destiny 2. It's going to be huge with GRG. Destiny, the first one, had some issues. Story, there was no story there. All the other nonsense, but it's still a fun game to play. It's the MMO light. It gives people something to do other than just repetitive kill and shoot, kill and shoot, kill and shoot. And so Destiny 2 coming out is supposed to be bigger, badder, and with a story. How do you not like that?
They still don't admit it. They don't know what the darkness even is.
Oh, that was awesome. I was reading that. They're like, we have no idea. I'm like,
they still don't know what it is. They fucking made it up and like, no, we don't know what that is.
How do they? I can't even understand how they even admit something like that. I mean, like the darkness. I mean, it's simple. Darkness is the bad guys. Just leave it at that. Like, why would you say we don't know? I mean, that's just whatever.
Now,
it's Bungie. They can do what they want.
I'm interested in Destiny 2. I am wondering it performing at the frames per second, if that's going to affect people's choice on that when you can run it at 60 on a PC and let's think of what's it run at 30 on the Xbox?
And Xbox X. In fact, Microsoft is flipping pissed off over this because Bungie has no interest in bumping that up to 4K or 60 frames per second. They locked the X, which could run this game at faster frame rates or better resolution. I don't know if it's them with their side pocket money from Sony holding it back.
That's a huge factor.
Yeah, Bungie says that the game is coming out before the Xbox X is coming out, so they're releasing for the stuff for the consoles out then. Yeah, Microsoft is mad.
Yeah,
One of the design leads did start hedging a little bit, though, when they made that comment about they're developing for the consoles out now. They did start hedging a little and opening that door that they could possibly boost it to 60 later after they get, after the One X is out. Will they? That's going to come down to Sony's money.
I'm just hoping as our PC base is growing, I'm hoping that I get a good amount of people that want to do it on PC, because that's the way I'd prefer to go, is actually to play it on PC.
Well, here's two interesting things I have about Destiny. For the PC, you're looking at 2 months delay for release.
Late October, 24th, something like that.
Something like that. And the other thing I thought was kind of interesting was the main bad guy, Gary, or Gull, or whatever his name is. He reminds me of...
Our bad guy is named Gary.
Gary was the same asshole that didn't give Johnny all of his fries today.
That fucking Gary.
Oh, fucking shoot him.
Reminds me of Swartor's Darth Malgus. Yeah. Like, he looks exactly like, except obviously like a Cabal form, but he has the same face mask, same white wrinkled head, and he served Johnny fries. But
Gary.
He used the dark side, mixed up his fries.
I think Destiny 2 for the majority.
I'm here to take over. Yeah. I am Gary.
I'd figure 85 to 90% of GRG in some form will get Destiny 2.
Yeah, if you want to play with GRG, it's going to be huge, and that's
even with some misgivings. 90% of the community is going to have it.
It's a fun game. I mean, was there a story in Destiny 1? No, but whatever. I got over it real quick.
Well, you don't play games for story anyway, though.
I do for Elder Scrolls. I pay attention to every single quest. That's voice act.
Everything, yeah.
I actually
you
do.
Skip that shit as quick as possible.
No, I do not.
That
is incorrect.
All right.
I actually listen. Randy can't hit A through anything on that game.
The reason he doesn't skip through is because he's menu tarded and can't figure it out.
That's hurtful.
All right, Jammer, what's one of your anticipated?
I will go first with, and I didn't have that many, even though I did tons of research, obviously. Anytime BioWare announces something and a new IP, I'm interested. Now, it's not going to be this year, and it was a short teaser, but Anthem looked very interesting to me with the big wall. It looks like it's combining Titanfall 2 and different elements of other games with some mechs in there, and the stories of BioWare typically are good. So anytime BioWare has a new IP, I'm interested.
Yeah, this looks like I don't want to say Destiny killer, but a game they're trying to make like a Destiny killer. Whether or not they can pull it off, we'll see. I mean,
it's definitely in that Destiny Halo space, at least as far as the gameplay look of it. I mean, we don't know whether this is going to be more of an open world or an RPG or MMO or what, but definitely in the game, the styling, it definitely has a lot in the same space with Destiny and Halo. So, and it looks really freaking cool.
And it's BioWare
survival element, and it's BioWare. It's going to have a good story. They always do.
And it has a release date of.
It's next year, I think.
It's a 2018 holiday.
2019.
Fall 2018.
It'll probably be fall 2018. But I was intrigued. That was something at E3 that I watched. I watched the trailer and I'm like, yes, I can get behind this.
Yes, I agree.
Right,
my
John,
first one. What's that?
Yeah, I'm throwing it to you, John. I'm helping.
Oh, you're throwing it to me? Okay, cool.
I'm co-hosting.
All righty. My first one, which I don't feel like is going to actually hit in 2018, although I would love it to hit, is Detroit Beyond Human. The new aspects, the 3 different playable characters, the various arcs. I love David Cage's games anyway. That said, David Cage says 2018. I say 2019 because that usually is what happens. It gets bumped a year. Usually he's a little optimistic. I would love for him to have this thing out in 2018. It looks really cool, and it looks like a great reason for me to dust off that PS4 again.
It's funny. I was exactly going to tell you, you better make sure that thing starts like every once in a while to make sure it's running. So when the game comes out, you can finally use that console.
I do. I start it up every once in a while, make sure that the firmware is right.
Oh, and makes in the dust, like it coughs out some dust balls and everything. I briefly looked at this. I don't know a lot of background because I'm not a PlayStation. I don't have a PlayStation. I barely play my Xbox anymore as it is either. But graphically and all, it looked really pretty cool. And, you know, anytime you get into the story based and story arcs, like you're saying, that's always intriguing to me. And when you can make decisions and those type of things, I go back to just PlayStation wise. I go back to Heavy Rain probably being my favorite PlayStation game.
Another Cage game
ever that he did. And you were kind of playing a story, and it was really intriguing. And that opening scene in Heavy Rain in the mall, when especially when you're a parent, I mean, that really hit home.
I will say the one thing that hit harder story wise for the wow factor and just how gripping it was probably Uncharted 3's opening. Probably about the only thing I can think of that had me even more. But yeah, like you said, as a parent, man, I was just wow.
He had a red balloon or whatever, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just all that was just really cool. And David Cage makes his crew makes Quantic Dream makes some great games. And
Heavy Rain, you know, I get to stand in the shower and soap my tits up for like an hour and a half. So, you know, that's why it's really my favorite game. But
how many controllers did you wear out with that scene?
he's got screen burn-in on his TV.
But because of my like of that type of game, that intrigues me on a PlayStation side.
Yeah, I have no interest.
It's Sony. You hate it.
Yes, that's proven.
All right, Jack, back to you for another anticipated.
Another softball here is the Call of Duty World War II. And we're going back to previous style of multiplayer, going back to World War II. The Grand's back. If it's got the Grand, I'm going to be running with that. I cannot wait for this game. Really excited. Get back to playing Call of Duty and having some fun clan nights with that. One thing I found interesting was for multiplayer, you can create your own avatar, so you can customize your own soldier look. So you can have a black woman on Nazi Germany, which was be kind of odd. And then weapons can be used on either side. So if you're an American, you can use a German rifle or submachine gun. It doesn't matter, size, which side you're on. You can use whatever weapon you want.
Do you have faith that they understand where they've gone wrong and it's going to go back? Or is there still concern to you that even though it's World War II, that they're still going to speed up your running, speed up the twitchiness, and continue with that path?
Well, I don't know if you're going to speed up the running. So I think the running and all that's going to, from what I've seen, it looked like it was pretty typical of early Call of Duty titles. The thing that scares me is they talk about the 3-lane maps. And I think that when they started doing that, they started messing around with the spawns and things would flip like crazy. And it was just hard to control map and domination. Then, of course, you had to deal with the overwhelming kill streaks and specialist streaks. They haven't really talked too much about that. I've seen a few things. I think a plane came in and shot the hell out of the ground as a kill streak. I'm hoping things don't get overpowered. They're concerns. And then finally, in netcode, I really hope they adjust it and kind of switch up how they handle lag compensation, because nothing frustrates me more than running around a corner and you think you're fine and then you're dead. And you watch the kill screen and you're not even around the corner and getting lit up by some guy that's lagging. Filthy laggers.
John, you also listed this as something you're looking forward to. What made you put it in that list?
The multiplayer video that I saw this weekend, the multiplayer demo that they showed at E3. It looked like they did slow some things down. The running is not the super sprint, superhero shit that the last few Call of Duties have been notorious for. I think time to kill has been reared back slightly. They're never going to come back to Battlefield's level on that because that's just not Call of Duty, and I don't expect them to. There are things about Call of Duty I like, and there are things about Battlefield I like, or at least Call of Duty pre-Advanced Warfare or Ghosts, those pre this gen Call of Duty. And yes, it was a little quicker time to kill, but I don't want it to be as slow as Battlefield, or otherwise it's just a Battlefield clone. I think it's a nice balance between the hyper twitchy that we saw and what EA offers and DICE offers with Battlefield, which is a lot of what people really want out of Call of Duty. I thought it looked great. I thought it looked like a lot of fun for once. I could say that this is probably the first time I've seen a multiplayer video that I thought, damn, I wish this was out. That said, it's still Sledgehammer. There's still the net code. There are some concerns, like Jack said.
I'd be interested to play like Call of Duty 2 to see how slow that game was comparatively to what it became. I mean, because that was really the first really popular one that I remember. It'd be interesting to see that sometime. And that way we can drag the show out just to piss Jack off.
I never get mad.
Oh, okay. All right, Jammer.
What's funny is I only listed 3 games, and all of them are things that Jack would have zero interest in. I just noticed that when I was looking at this. But I'm going to go with Assassin's Creed Origins. I was a big fan of the first couple games, and then it got out of hand. Every year they're coming out, and all these different versions, and they got shitty. I really think they realized that they were oversaturating and having trouble, and they decided to focus. And I'm also intrigued because it goes back, it says Origins, so it's going back to pyramids and all that. So the time frame really intrigues me as well. So this is something, the trailer looked good. I like the series. It's something I'm interested in seeing how it develops.
I never got into Assassin's Creed. I mean, I tried. I think the problem was I tried one of a Nintendo DS version was the first one I tried, and it was just super repetitive and just kind of soured me. So I never really gave the series a chance.
Let's pick the worst version made for it and base the whole series off of that.
Well, there's a lot of games. I mean, and I think a couple times they came up against other releases that I just wanted more.
Yeah, it's not a series that I'm into. I tried, I think, 2 different ones, whatever. My kids buy the games. They dig it. Yeah, I'm not into it too much. And I always wonder why people buy this game at release, because by the time Christmas rolls around, it's already half off. Always.
That's when they went wrong. When they were oversaturating. They had too many versions out. You just got done a game, and another one was like right around the corner. They finally paused and said, shit, we're doing this wrong. We need to rethink this. And that's why I have some faith that this is going to be better than the past few have been.
Okay. My next one, Jack has this on his list as well for what we're looking forward to. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds coming to Xbox. First off, in 4K, it looked really cool. Looked a lot better. Hoping that the PC gets that bump and gets a little more optimized.
You barely play this on the PC.
I play it now and then.
What?
I think he just likes consoles. He wants to be cool with the PC, but
where is it where I can look up my friends and their playtime on a game?
I like the style of gameplay. I like the chaos. I really enjoy. I think the biggest thing I'm looking forward to as far as Battlegrounds being on Xbox is a bigger player base. I mean, we've got a growing PC player base, but this could be something that will really grip GRG overall. Yeah.
Johnny Hustler, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, 2.1 hours on record. Last played June 15th. You actually were on there, huh?
There you go.
2.1 hours.
Yeah, that's like 52 games.
Well, for you, yes, that's accurate.
For anybody in GRG, for most people in GRG, that's about 50 games right there.
We got some guys that get chicken dinners.
Yeah, this is something that I'm kind of looking forward to. A lot of the PC guys are like all over this. It's the new hotness. So out of curiosity, it's something I want to play.
You'll hate it.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll hate it. The PC I have now it just kind of chokes on this game. You can't really play it too well. So I think, you know, obviously with GRG, we'll have a huge group playing it, so we won't have any problems getting squads together. And it's just, you know, something different. Depends on the price. I mean, if this is like a $30 title, like early access title, it's an easy purchase.
It's just, it doesn't play the way you like playing. The problem it goes into, like we talked about on the podcast a few times ago, it's small fire teams. The max you have is 4, and that's it.
Well,
it's not like Battlefield where you have groups of 4 and you're all like on the. That's not happening.
We've adjusted to it, Destiny, with fire teams of 3. So you just have to get people in the community to step up and help run some fire teams.
If this game can get to the point where it has like private games and you can get a bunch of people together in small squads out of a group, like if we could get a full GRG room, only we're all in 4-person squads.
That's perfect.
This would be a killer game. All right, Jack, I think I know which one you're going to hit next.
Well, yeah, Forza 7. So I don't know if that was what you think, but yeah, Forza 7.
Oh, yeah. I was looking down the list.
I had a great time playing Forza Horizon 3, especially with the guys in GRG. We'd have Sunday night races, and it was just a blast to play. And I'm kind of looking forward to the Forza Standard series to get on the regular tracks so you can start to memorize your turns and whatnot. I always felt like in Forza Horizons, I didn't know which way the race was going to go. It seemed like it was kind of random. So the going back to tracks is going to be a lot of fun. Plus, I mean, the game looks amazing.
I'd really like for a Forza series once. I mean, they give you the car packs. Give me a track pack. Give me tracks.
Yeah.
Because it gets repetitive. Eventually, you're just playing the same tracks. I'd love for a DLC track pack. You know, there was some other website that's probably really active that used to have Monday night races. I wonder if that still exists.
A different site now. They moved on.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, another interest, here's a cool thing. They're going to have Mack truck racing. And the Mack trucks have roll cages inside.
That is cool.
What the fuck? Like racing semis. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, dynamic weather. Like, so you'll be racing, and then like you'll see puddles grow, and over the course of the race, the puddles will expand and I guess affect your racing conditions if you have that turned on. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Looking forward to some racing. It looks fantastic, and
Forza always ends up costing you because you always want more cars. You never can have enough cars.
This is like $150 game.
Yep.
It's $100. You buy the cars. I did the same thing with Horizons 3. They came up with the BMW, the M4 GTS. I had to buy that. It's $10 right there for a pack of cars. I'm like, fuck.
7,000 cars you never use that sit in your garage.
Yep.
But yet that's okay. But when we have a bunch of games in PC that we're not playing,
I actually played Forza Horizon, so we actually raced them because we set up random cars.
You raced every car you own?
Well, the ones I purchased, yes.
Okay.
I raced a lot of them. I raced enough. I don't have any problems with my car purchases. I feel very secure.
They need to get the wheel setup going for these the Xbox One X and stuff.
They have a couple of wheels things. I wish I had the space for it.
Yeah, I just don't have the space. Or have a build like Gunny had or whatever. That's something to be jealous about.
Mm-hmm. Something to be jealous about, but God, it sucks when you have to buy a brand new thing like that every damn gen.
Yeah, It kind of hurts.
There's no reason for that other than cold hard cash. All right, Jammer, you got one?
Yeah, I got one more because I don't want the show to be 7 hours. And it'll be interesting because you put it on a different list for you.
Actually, we all three have this on 3 separate lists.
Yeah, well, Jack doesn't give a shit about this. Is Far Cry 5? I'm really interested in the setting. Is what's intriguing me on this. It's not some remote island in Africa or something, or primal caveman time. It's in the U.S. So the whole storyline really intrigues me on this. I've liked past Far Cry games. I didn't play Primal, but the other ones I've played, and I've always enjoyed them. So graphically, it looks really good, and the setting really makes me want to check the game out. Why do you have it on a different list, John?
I have it on a different list for one factor, because I agree with everything you just said. It looks great. The story is very intriguing. The Far Cry games are fun, and they are good. and they have good writing. However, one thing looms over Ubisoft that bothers me right now, and it really concerns me about any of the games that Ubisoft has coming out, because their conference looked really good. But the big problem I have with them right now is Vivendi. Vivendi threatening to hostile take over Ubisoft could really screw this company up, because Vivendi is the death knell of gaming, the absolute death knell, the black plague of the gaming industry.
You should
because
tweet
of
them.
what they did.
Yeah, I was going to say that. You should bitch about their fries.
I should bitch about it. I am bitching about them right now. They are horrible for gaming. They go in, they just completely cannibalize a company. They destroyed Sierra back in the day.
Why? But why would that make you then? I mean, if that happened, then
support of the
viewpoint,
game, for support of the game. If there's some problems with the game, if there's DLC that they're promising or whatever, if there's, if it's one of those games that feels like it's been incomplete because they saved something for DLC, Vivendi comes in, shells it, you're screwed. That's what bothers me right now about it, is because of support for the game, because that's what concerns me. I mean, I've seen what Vivendi has done to other gaming company, other great gaming company publishers and writers.
Right,
and
I'll let you go with that.
It's just the one thing that concerns me right now. And I think the clips that I saw out of the Ubisoft presser was very emotional, and I feel like it's really weighing on, and a few other analysts pointed this out as well. It looks like this whole shit with Vivendi overhead threatening is weighing on the developers there. And I think there's more going on behind the scenes than we know with this hostile takeover. And that bothers me because of what they've done to the gaming industry in the past.
A lot of people said, a lot of things you read about E3, a lot of people think Ubisoft was one of the winners of the show.
They had a great conference. They did. Beyond Good and Evil looked great.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I could just throw that in because I think
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed. They had a lot of good looking stuff. I worry about that takeover and what it means for Ubisoft. And maybe this round isn't the one that takes it the worst. Maybe it's the next round of games from them. Maybe it's the follow-ups to Ghost Recon or Division that pay.
Mm-hmm.
If this happens.
All right.
Let's see. I guess that brings it back to me, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Mine is on a different list for at least Jack.
It's
and I'm going
with
you're with me.
Yes.
On this one. Star Wars Battlefront 2. I am really looking forward to this. What I've seen of the story looks really interesting. I think the story mode's going to add big time to this. News came out today that this is actually going to also further Luke Skywalker's story between Jedi and The Force Awakens. So we're going to learn a little more about what Skywalker was up to post Jedi. The story going from the Empire side. I think a few people have compared this to the Shattered Empire storyline. I am interested in seeing how they're going to move along and how they're going to fill in some story between the two trilogies with this, and it looks like, multiplayer looks like it's added stuff with the classes, the extra weapons and such. I think we're going to see a more fleshed out multiplayer. I think we're going to see a game that I think a lot of people were expecting out of Battlefield 1 or Battlefront.
Yeah, this is too big of a franchise for them to shit the bed 2 times in a row.
They won't.
And I don't even consider the first one them shitting the bed. It just was a casual game. So to me, I can't see this one failing. I'm with you. It's Star Wars anyway, so I'm already sold there. But then when you add in the additional things they're putting in, plus they know a lot of people were not happy with the first Battlefront, and they want to make sure they improve, because if this one screws up, it's done. They're already done the franchise. I don't think they can recover after 2 shitty ones. But, other people don't have faith in them. I'm not going to name names.
No, I don't. No, it's a shame because Battlefront, the game looks absolutely stunning. It's a gorgeous game. It sounds fantastic. It feels like you're in the Star Wars universe. Battlefront 1 was such a huge disappointment. So many different, the casualness of the gameplay, the fact that squads were 2 people. You can only join in with another person. You couldn't have standard squads like Battlefield 4. So this, I'm iffy on it. I don't know. I really kind of need to see a little bit more as some more gameplay and some of the game modes. I understand the DLC is free, so that's a good thing going. They also added in new class systems, so you have like your typical 4 style of soldiers. Your assault, which is your regular soldier. The heavy guys with the machine guns. I think they have some kind of shield or something. The officers, like a support class, and a sniper. So I think they're trying to mix it up a little bit more. Maybe make it Star Wars meets Battlefield a little bit better. I don't know. I'd have to see a little bit more of this before I jump on board. I did not like Battlefront 1 at all. I don't know. They're gonna have to wow me to get me to sway on that.
Okay. I'm expecting the wow. So
yeah. Well, hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully they.
I was going to say hopefully I'm right. I mean, we'll see, but that's just. I mean, because I think that'll bring a lot more GRG together, especially with the Star Wars title. So, but it is going to be a heavy fall as far as games too. So it's got a lot to fight for, a lot to fight against, as well. So, Jack, I think you got one more on your.
Yeah, just real quick. They announced Black Desert Online for the Xbox, the consoles. I know. Sexy Grexy plays this all the time, even when he's on vacation. So I'm kind of curious to check this out. I don't know. This is kind of ones I'm looking forward to. I don't know if I'll get it. We'll see. It might be a little too grindy for me, but.
Wonder what the price point's going to be. Probably 30,
yeah,
20.
I got that. I'm curious about that too. The price point and the grind. I'm a little concerned about the grind. I mean,
if they deliver a low price point, then you're going to have like in-game purchases out the ass and.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, we talked about it on a podcast before, but the AFK part of it, which, I mean, Grex went on vacation and left his poor Kahura running back and forth on a trade route, carrying weight. So he basically AFK'd for a week while he was on vacation. You're not going to be able to do that on the Xbox.
Meanwhile, his character now looks like China from WWF.
Not Kahura. She'll always be hot.
And that could be interesting, but yeah, I'm with you. I don't know how the AFK will work on Xbox.
Yeah, it's just one of the titles I'm looking forward to. We'll see.
But it could be cool. Yeah, and there's a lot more MMO out there for console now, so. I got one more I want to touch on real quick, and that is the return of Bubsy. That was one of my favorite platformers on the PlayStation. Bubsy the Bobcat. It was an old Accolade title.
What the fuck is a Bubsy?
Oh, I think now that you said a cat, because I had no idea what the fuck he was talking about when he wrote on this. I think I might know what it was on a PlayStation 2 or something.
I think it was PlayStation 1 was the original.
Yeah, I'm going to search this. I think I know what you're talking about.
They're bringing it back. And
yes, I know Bubsy. Okay, now I know what the fuck you're talking about.
It wasn't exactly conquer with the foul mouth, but it had a little more attitude. Always got a kick out of it. If you let him sit for a while, he'd start knocking on the screen to try to get your attention.
Well, it's good to have things you can accomplish.
So
they keep trying with that and Crash Bandicoot. I mean,
this game, that style game is gone.
Crash was okay, but I liked Bubsy a hell of a lot better.
No, I played Bubsy, so now I know what you're talking about. As soon as you said cat, that was what did it.
And the thing that killed me, the thing that got me on this one was Accolade is back. Which, God, if they could bring back Hardball, that was a great baseball game.
I'm sorry. I dozed off.
That's just an aside.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was kind of interesting seeing Accolade back. So they resurrected the developer for this game even. So
that's a cool story.
Anyway, let's see some stuff that we're iffy on that hasn't been covered already yet. Jack, go ahead. I think you got.
Well, right off the bat is Sea of Thieves, and that to me, it kind of it looks like it's going to be a fun game, a lot going on, but most of it looks like it's just work. Like if you want to be in a pirate ship, you need to be with a crew of other people, and you have to work to get it to go places. How are they going to handle that if you guys aren't on? Now I decide to log on for an hour. What am I going to be doing? Like, what do I do in the downtime?
Breaks.
Yeah.
And from the gameplay I looked at, I don't know. I lost a lot of interest during the presentation.
People that have played the alpha said if you have a group of our community playing it, that they would have fun.
But it's like all that silly fun that gets old after a night. I don't know.
Pirate stuff's starting to take. There's actually a PC pirate game besides Black Wake's out, but there's another one that was in E3. I didn't watch the trailer of, but so pirate themes are starting to pick up a little bit in gaming, it seems.
Mm-hmm. Started becoming the rage. I'm a little bit with you. I mean, my big concern is if you have a group that isn't playing every night, how are you going to fare in this game? Is this going to be one of those types of games where you can get left behind quickly if your group is not there for 3 or 4 nights? How's it be handled?
And there's been games in the past where you've had people I go back, it's old school, but Chromehounds, people played it every night, in lobbies with their mechs. And it's a little bit different of a theme.
But from my understanding on this is if you want to be in one of these big pirate ships, you're going to need a crew to actually sail and run this. So if you guys aren't on, what do you do then?
Go to the bar.
Yeah, I don't know. You load up Destiny 2 and have fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw the video for it and I just really lost a ton of interest for it. It's really going to have to get stellar reviews and a huge community behind it before I jump on board.
All right, Jammer.
Well, this one's tough for me, and I watched the trailer today of Crackdown 3, and I think they did away with some of the shit in Crackdown 2 that I really didn't like, and it seems more tied to the roots of the first Crackdown. What I didn't like is the look of it graphically.
Cel-shaded, isn't it?
Yeah, it's more Borderlands like-ish to me comparatively to the first one. And that really, I did not like graphically how they did it. And so now that made me go from, I want this game to, and I don't mind Borderlands, but it's not what I wanted in Crackdown. So actually I was disappointed with how it looked.
I wasn't expecting that. You and I said before the show, we were interested to see if we were on the same page as far as our concerns about this game. I'm on a slightly different path than you are with my concern about this, because my concern is this game's evolution was the cloud was supposed to be the power behind it, helping supplement the Xbox One. When everybody said the Xbox One was underpowered, this was supposed to be Azure's big processing reason for being behind the Xbox. Then it started fading away, and now it's come back with the Xbox One X, with, first Project Scorpio, now the Xbox One X. My concern is, how is this going to run on anything less than the One X? If it's going to have the fully destructible environments like they have always promised with this, first with Azure, now with the power of the Xbox One X, is it going to take a hit on the the Slim, or is it going to be disappointing on the One X because they have to accommodate every system?
Mm-hmm.
That's my concern about this. I thought some aspects were really cool. Like you said, it got rid of some of the stuff in Crackdown 2 that sucked. I thought Terry Crews is a pretty cool addition. I'm a fan of Terry Crews anyway, so I thought it was a pretty cool addition having him added to the game. I think he'll bring a lot of personality to it. But, even beyond the cell shading, which was very unexpected, not what I was looking for at all, I'm concerned about how this is going to perform. Is it going to live up to expectations, or is it going to be scaled back so that it plays well on the others?
Okay.
Yeah, I have no interest in this. I didn't play 1 or 2. I'm not going to play 3. So that's that.
Okay. One that I was iffy on. Another one that I was iffy on. Go ahead.
No, like I said, after seeing the video, seeing the cell shading, that totally screws my eyes up for whatever reason.
Oh, yeah,
Borderlands.
You've had a lot of troubles.
Yeah,
with that.
It just gives me a migraine playing it. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if it's just I can't grasp that cartoony environment. I don't know what it is. So, and I saw that. I was out. I was done.
Yeah, there's certain video styles that mess with people in different ways.
I was disappointed by that.
Yeah. One that I'm really worried about, Uncharted. And I hate to say this because I've loved the series, but this new Uncharted that's coming out, I want to trust Naughty Dog, but they've lost Amy Hennig, who was the lead behind all the previous games. And I'm just curious if this is going to be a new compelling story, or is this going to be basically Uncharted with female leads and saying, a similar story, just replacing the leads.
That Uncharted series, it's pretty easy to do the Uncharted games in a sense. I mean, the blueprint's already there on how to do them.
Mm-hmm.
So even with a different head in there, I mean, there's been enough of them to kind of, this is what you do. You do these close call shits. You basically make an Indiana Jones video game in a sense. So it's one of PlayStation's major titles, that and God of War. Those are can't miss titles for the PlayStation, like Halo is for the Xbox. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot at stake for them to not follow that successful blueprint.
Right. And I think you can follow the successful blueprint still and have a unique style, have a game, at least story-wise, it's a little more unique. I'm just worried that this is going to be, too much paint by numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, they've got the blueprint. They follow it a little too closely. I think what worked with Uncharted was, the chemistry and the writing between the characters. Do they just kind of remake it with this one? Mm-hmm. Or is this going to go on its own with some of the chemistry and such?
Okay.
All right. Jack, you got some more down there to go through the list.
On the platformer Cuphead. And I think, this game looks really kind of cool. You look like you're playing an old cartoon, and the characters all look like they belong in that world. I guess just seeing it over the years and the delay of it ever coming out just lost my interest in getting this. And it would probably have to be one of those nights of, a drunken purchase at this point.
Well, and the track record of off-delayed games is not good.
I just can't figure out, it's a side-scroller. And they already showed, they've been showing, these screens. What the hell is taking so long for this game to come out? Was it supposed to come out, when? When was it supposed to come out originally? It was supposed to be a near launch title. Yeah. So
launch shortly after was the original.
What
the original plan.
So I don't know.
That's 4 years ago almost.
It's really kind of an interesting thing to get, and I think as a novelty, it would have been fun to play. At this point, though, I'm just continually losing interest over the course of years.
Yeah, I'm just waiting. We'll see if it ever comes out.
Yeah, it may never.
Yeah. Well, like I said a moment ago, the track record, this is my concern. The track record of constantly delayed games is bad. Just plain bad. So that's my concern. All right. Jammer?
This is a minor thing. I'm thrilled in the sense that Madden is finally, because I like career modes. I like being a player. Madden is finally going that route with long shot mode where you're an up-and-comer and everything. The concern I'm starting to have, and it's the same thing with the 2K basketball series, is it's a story-driven thing. So you're not really being a player. You're being a character in a game. So I'm interested to see how they do this. I'm intrigued by it. The trailer looked really good, but is it force feeding me that I have to be, a quarterback from somewhere, or do I have to follow the story, or is it kind of I'm a player in the league and there's kind of side stuff on it? So that's why I had an iffy department. I know Jack gives two shits about it. I don't know what you think about it, John, since you do play some sports games.
I want to know why we can have colleges in this long shot mode.
I knew you were
and I
going
can't
there.
have NCAA 18 or 17 or 18, damn it.
For Oklahoma. So you can be in Oklahoma.
Oh, Oklahoma. Jesus.
That's up there right with the Superman battle with him. That's all you got to do.
But seriously, why can't we have that? Because they're going to have fake names.
Yeah.
For that. So what's the difference between that and NCAA 17 or 18, whatever number they want to give it?
Well, partly because the mods that are out there or whatever get the player names downloaded pretty quick, I think.
That's out of EA's hands. That's no longer their legality. The Sony does the same damn thing with their MLB The Show. They could put any league in there whether they had rights or not.
Quick side note. When I used to only play sports games and before you could download rosters and shit, I used to actually take weeks and manually enter in all the proper names on players.
Yep.
With a USB keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did none of that.
Yeah. Well,
well, then you haven't lived.
Yeah. So that's my, I'm sure it's going to be great. I'm not a fan of, we force feed you. Here's my player mode, but you better follow our story.
Yeah, I mean, I like the my player mode where you're trying to come up through the league or something like
Yeah.
that. But the side story thing loses me because there's no variety. If I play it a second time, it's gonna be the same damn thing.
It like NBA 2K16, I think it was 2K16. My best friend got shot or whatever from the hood. It's like I don't want that shit in there. Maybe I was from the Hicks in my own little role playing world. I don't feed me into the player.
Yeah. And your best friend got blown up in a meth lab accident.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, moving on. But yeah.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to go with, I guess next on my list, I have a few concerns, and I'm really on the fence with this one. Destiny 2, I'm going to get it. I'm 99% positive I'm going to get it. But my concerns, here's where I'm a little iffy. Are they going to give us some variety in who we're battling, or is this going to be? Remember what one of the biggest complaints about Destiny was that it just felt like you were fighting the same guys over and over and over. This is my concern with 2.
I understand that you're in the central time zone, so you're a little bit behind us. You couldn't have brought that up when we talked about fucking Destiny.
Well, I wasn't sure if I wanted to bring it up there or not. Anyway, just a quick point about it.
Well,
we can move on.
They haven't really shown too much of who you're fighting yet. I think they're keeping that close to the vest right now. I think I saw, obviously your standard Vandals and Cabal, and I think there was some kind of dog type of animal you shoot. But I think they're holding that still tight to their vest. They don't want to show what the enemies are. I pray that there's going to be some differences. That's the problem. Destiny 1 was you fought the same damn people over and over again in the same damn expansions, and then the one they just took the skin of the person and just made it black and caught them the taken. But so I don't know. I mean, I kind of hope that they thought about that and are going to mix it up a little bit more. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I'm still getting it. I don't care.
Jack, you got one more on your list, I saw.
Oh, just real quick. Path to Exiles, the Xbox edition. This is a Diablo style game.
It's Diablo, basically.
Mm-hmm. And what's the skill tree is something. Looks like a nightmare.
The skill tree is very intense and tons of different options, which is cool. But it's Diablo. You're playing Diablo, and on the PC, it's free to play. Is that what they're doing on the Xbox? Is free to play?
I don't know. I didn't see that. They just were showing the video of it. It just looks like it'd be something fun if a couple people were playing it. You can go bang out some dungeons and whatnot. But it's like I said, it's iffy. I don't know if anybody will be into it.
Yeah, you have to be into Diablo and the Torchlight series to probably like Path of Exiles,
which are good games.
Mm-hmm. I like them. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
So, Johnny, would you like to bring up? Hold on, let's see. You want to talk about?
I thought about talking about Bubsy again.
Call it World War II Call of Duty, or
I was talking about Infinite Warfare. But I got one more on my list, really, that hasn't been touched on, and that's Beyond Good and Evil 2. I'm curious how much that's going to really capture, because that was a cult classic at best, and it looks like they're going a much more mature route with it than they did the old game. That was more of a teen rated. This one's going to definitely be M rated. There is absolutely no chance of anything else. Looked really cool, but how many people really know the story? I mean, what was it, 2003? When the original came out?
I don't even remember it.
That was a damn PS2 game.
That doesn't mean I played it. I played sports.
But I'm saying, I mean,
he was too busy entering people's names into the.
I was entering names in NCAA.
Talking about an often delayed game. I mean, a sequel that comes out 14 years later. 15 by the time it comes out.
It's fascinating.
He took a shot at
Can
you.
we talk about Destiny 2 again? I mean, it seemed to get a better reaction out of you than this one.
I have no interest in this title.
You got nothing out of either of us on that one.
Yeah.
All right. Active dislikes.
Well, that's Jack's life. So let's move on from him. You and I have stuff. Because if we let him go, it's, he's got a lot of things he doesn't like. I'm going to complain about the original. Now, I complain about backwards compatibility enough. Now we're going to make the fucking original games play? Why waste your fucking time and resources on this? What games from what's everybody gonna start playing Halo 2 again? Is that what we're gonna do? Why? This is a waste of fucking time.
Yeah,
Make new titles, new IPs. Don't think about things that happened fucking 15 years ago now, isn't it?
But those Halo fanboys want that Halo 2 for 2 nights.
Yeah.
And then
let's take Halo
on.
2. What fucking year did Halo 2 come out? 2002, 2003?
I posted, what was that article I posted up in the forums about the backwards compatible games, and like nobody's playing them. Like they just are
percentages,
not. Like it is so low, and the biggest title that's getting played is Black Ops 2. The rest of, it's no one plays them. People say they want them. I don't even know why they're wasting their time and effort on it.
Hopefully it was an easy thing for them to do, because if not, somebody wasted a whole ton of time doing that work.
Yep.
I don't get it.
Here's where I don't get it is the time factor. They're working on pushing games into 4K. They're working on really expanding the graphics, making things even much more photorealistic, and then backwards compatibility. And okay, now this gets a little closer to where I said in the forums.grimreapergamers.com, that backwards compatibility or retro is more acceptable because of the years past. That's why the arcade games are still pretty revered. The NES was big because there are decades between then and now. But so we're getting a little closer there, but still and I don't think there were enough titles really on the old Xbox, the first of its kind, that really warrant people saying, oh God, I got to play that again, outside of maybe Halo 1 and 2.
The original console is like 16 years old. And Halo 2 was 2004. You could play it in the Master Chief Collection anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's just...
And it was trounced by the PS2.
Yeah. It's just a waste of resources. So they got to charge $4.99 for my console because they got to pay the jackass that had to make all the original content stuff compatible on the fucking machine.
Well, mine is my real dislike. Minecraft, they announced, will be compatible crossplay between Xbox, Windows 10, PC, Switch, but not the PlayStation 4 because Sony still has to take their ball and go home. They basically, I think their official position is we're in the lead. Why do we have to do this? My personal thought is they're fucking incompetent on the network side. So how they pull it off without completely blowing things up for everybody else? Well, I think the PlayStation Network's that bad.
I'm going to jump on and I'm going to take this as my dislike as well because I'm cheesing. But they also did the same thing for Rocket League. Mm-hmm. So the Switch is going to, the Rocket League is going to be cross platform except for PlayStation. And they just said, no, we're not going to do it.
I really think it's because their network sucks.
Yeah.
I think the PlayStation Network is terrible. It still drops regularly for maintenance or otherwise, like it did before you had to pay for it.
I just think that they just feel that they have no reason to. They have their player base. They have the most consoles sold. Why should they, facilitate Microsoft? The other problem is with Microsoft, they want you to create an Xbox Live account to sign into Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably a big. So Microsoft's pulling, they're pulling their shit as well. So
that would be B-side on the dislikes.
Mm-hmm. So PlayStation's probably like, no, we don't want our users creating Microsoft accounts, and frankly, we don't need you guys.
Yeah, I still think some of it is the network itself too, because I think their network is a spaghetti mess.
I've never been much on the cross system that we're talking about here. The ones that get me more are like Elder Scrolls, stuff like that, which I'm on PC, that don't just let me carry my character over back and forth between another Microsoft product. These I understand. Everybody wants a separate business, so if I'm part of Sony, why would I want I want people to buy my console. I don't want people to say, well, I can now Minecraft's a little bit different, but that's why I don't really see why business wise you would want a cross platform.
Yeah, the only people that do it are gamers, and you look at like titles like Call of Duty. Why, what difference would it be if you're playing someone PlayStation if it was Xbox or
How's the whole
Destiny
reporting
or-
structure happen? So some guy starts
Eh.
touting off N words and everything else at me, and he's a PlayStation dude. How do you report him?
That's why you just join GRG and form private lobbies.
Yeah, but
It wouldn't be a PlayStation dude because none of them use a fucking mic. Or I say few of them. God, you could. I mean, you want peace and quiet. Get into a PlayStation multiplayer game.
Maybe you're just not very social and people don't like you.
Yeah,
Maybe if you didn't like bitch at McDonald's about French fries and focus on
fill
more
my fucking
being
fry box next time, fuckers. I paid for a full box of fries. Give me a full box of fries.
I think you
Not
could
that
skip
hard.
a few
Goddamn
fries.
scoop has a little funnel.
It's a lot of salt.
You have to be a real fucking dumbass to not be able to use that scoop.
Well, it's a McDonald's employee, so.
Well, okay. Good point. All right. I think we've cleared through the list of what we like, hate, and otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, we really, for E3, and this was a shitty E3. I mean,
Oh, there's another dislike. The whole damn thing. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
my God, it was disappointing.
I read about, letting the common folk in. I mean, people are waiting 4 hours to play a 1.5-minute clip of a
Mhm.
game. That's just fucking insane.
Mhm.
I mean, the only reason I would be at that show is to get swag. It was too crowded, and let's face it, it's not what we talked about last time. There's not a lot of draw right now on shit where it's like, oh, I can't wait to see this. Like this is what I need. I need this product. I can't wait for this to come out. I didn't have any of those moments this time from that show.
No.
There wasn't anything where I'm like, holy shit, I can't wait.
No, I watched all this stuff like days after the fact. I had no interest in watching this live. I had better things to do. I think that E3's on its way out. You have Destiny, Bungie, they're releasing their content on their own. All these other developers are. Microsoft will. Rockstar doesn't go. They can't be bothered with it. And they have a big game coming out, supposedly, like, Red Dead Redemption's coming out. That would have been prime for them to show it, but they don't care.
I think that's the exact reason why you've seen this open to the public now, so that they're making a ton of money. I mean, I heard today it was like, I think they got like $250,000 off
For letting
of
the
public.
common folk in.
Yep. $250,000 out of the $150,000 on 100. Yeah, it was like something like $250,000, that it generated at $150 a ticket for the E3 for the 3 days. So, that money's going to keep it from going anywhere. I think its significance has waned.
Yeah.
Versus other things like PAX, the various PAX events, Rooster Teeth's event down in Austin, the RTX, the Tokyo Game Show, the one in Germany, the Paris Game Show. There's a lot more venues for just media now that I think you're going to see the bigger things at.
Plus the after party suck. Yeah, I don't know. I just, I'm watching this. I'm kind of like flipping through the videos, just whatever. And you get tired of seeing stuff that is maybe it'll come out in the year. Show me the stuff that's coming out. What's coming out now? Like, I want to see games that are coming out within the year, between now and the next E3, not something that has an opportunity to come out in 2018, but it's getting pushed back to 2019.
Well, half of PlayStation's deal was a rerun of last year's.
Yeah, because nothing made it last year.
Yeah, because half those titles didn't make it over. Horizon Zero Dawn's the biggest one that made it. So, all right. Let's wrap this baby up. I want to welcome all the new members of the clan. Like Jammer said, we've had a hell of a push on the PC side. So,
yeah.
Welcome to the Xbox players and the PS players that have also joined us.
There's a new PC gaming group on the forums. Make sure you get signed up and added to that so you get the alerts.
The PC Master Race is taking over.
Sure.
Slowly but surely.
They can completely take over. I'll give them the keys of the kingdom.
One of the new dudes, poor bastard Veldrin's, like already listened to the first 20 episodes of our cast. So
poor guy.
He lived.
Somebody gave him some GRG roofies, but he's still listening.
Oh God, GRG Vicodin right there.
20 nights of good sleep.
I did actually. I spoke to him tonight, and I said how we recommend not operating heavy machinery or driving a vehicle while listening.
All right. Next show, we are kind of on a to be announced status there. So pay attention on the forums about when we are recording the next one, because our normal schedule collides with the July 4th holiday. So we are still working on exactly when we will be recording and releasing that show. Stay tuned. Check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/GrimReaperGamers. Also check out the forums at forums.grimreapergamers.com. Jammer, hit me with the Twitter.
It's grgamers.com and spell out the .dot.
And what are you giving away for like pound fries?
We don't Twitter fight on there. That's Johnny's own account.
We should do a giveaway for like, someone mentioning French fries or something.
You're the owner. You give something away.
I'll give something away, right?
You can have the keys to GRG.
The admin password is what winner gets the admin password.
That's the booby prize.
Don't forget, we have an email, ReaperCast@GrimReaperGamers.com. Like us, hate us, just want to say something, get something off your chest. We'll be your dear Abby. Why the hell not? Give us an email. Don't forget, we are on Twitch and Mixer. Look up Grim Reaper Gamers on both. We have quite a few active streamers these days, so on both platforms. And probably even more on Mixer as we keep going, as the Xbox makes that even easier by the day. All right. Guys, any final thoughts? Want to say bye? Screw you. Flip me off. What the hell?
Huh?
Nothing?
No, I got nothing.
All right.
Wrap it up.
We've done talked it out. All right, guys. Thank you guys for being on the show. Appreciate it as usual. Another solid show. I think a good follow-up on E3, even though it was a lackluster show. So don't forget, subscribe. Whether it's your favorite method of getting the podcast, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, YouTube. Hit the subscribe button on our YouTube. Subscribe to us on Twitch and Mixer. Check out past shenanigans and episodes on YouTube and Google Play and iTunes. So, for Jammer, for Lala Calamari, this is Johnny Hustler saying, stay safe, have a good next couple weeks, and get your game on.